Welcome back to Deano's Garage. The update on the YZF 750R. As you can see, I've removed the clear screen off of here, the damaged original screen. I've ordered a replacement for this screen. It unfortunately doesn't have the kind of rib that the original has around this part here. It will be a clear screen. It will be almost original looking, same sort of shape, just without that rib at the top. So this was the damaged part of the fairing, the upper fairing. This section here will obviously fix into here. What I'll need to do is glue this and then fix it from the back. So what I'm going to do is, once I've moved the bike back into the garage, I'll remove this stay, so then this part's just kind of flapping about and I have full access to the rear part of this. As you can see there, it's fixed through here with the mirror, so I'll remove the stay, then I can fix this and repair it from the back, and then it will need a very light sanding down and respraying because there'll be a little filler going in. Looks like someone has actually resprayed this at some point. The paint's not great, and I think the paint's sort of been blended in to the original paint here. You can just see this area here where this part of the fairing's also been caught, and it feels like maybe it's cracked, but I've had a look on the back of it and there's no crack on the back of it. It's strange, it's almost like it's been flexed. So what I might do actually is rub this down and get some filler into this point to sort of blend out that dent, as I'm going to respray this section anyway. Fill that, and then obviously fill that, and then respray the whole of this and then blend it in somewhere around here, and then obviously sort of polish that out eventually. So that's the plan with this. I did tell you I was going to remove that X-up sticker. I don't think the X-up sticker was hiding this bit. I think that's probably where the chain has been loose at some point and just slightly rubbed onto the swing arm, but the swing arm's really nice and good under there. Even that's not scratched or anything that I can feel. It's just the coating on the swing arm, it's just slightly rubbed on there, but I think it looks a lot better without that X-up sticker on there. So welcome back to Deano's Garage. Here I am in the garage, obviously in the light of the garage, and it's now dark outside, as you can see. I've taken the screen off, and what I've done is rubbed down this part of the fairing, basically rubbed down this area where this crease was, and there actually wasn't a crack. This isn't cracked, it's quite strong, there's not a problem with this. Why there was a crease I'm not sure, but I've put a bit of filler in anyway to just smooth that out so there is no longer a crease. What I will do is put a bit more filler in there just to take out any imperfections, and then obviously the whole lot will get an undercoat, a dark grey base coat before being sprayed over with black that will blend into the existing black here. With regards to the piece that's broken off, to just show you what I've done is I've repaired the end of this by putting some filler in, sanding down and shaping. There was a sort of a chunk missing out of there, and that will now be fixed onto the back of here. So this will be fixed on with some glue. Hopefully the glue will hold that in place, just enough really to tack it, and then what I'll do is I'll fix from behind, just to show you the other side to demonstrate. What I'll do is I'll fix behind the back of this side with some glass fibre matting to strengthen it, so this piece will end up like this, and it will be fixed all across the back to support it. So that's what's going to happen on this side. I'm going to glue that, tack it into place, and then from the back of it will support that glue line with the glass fibre matting. Once that goes off and it's hard, I'll then put some filler in between these two pieces just to smooth that down, rub it down, and then obviously spray over the whole surface of this all the way down, and then over in black, and then blend the black over it into the existing black. So I'll keep you posted on how that all comes out and how that looks as I go along. Okay, thanks very much. So I've glued it into place using super glue. Don't know if you can see up close here. Let's try and catch the light for you. So as you can see, that is now glued. That's just using super glue. So welcome back to Deano's garage. This is the day after I did the resin to the back of the fairing, and it's cured nicely overnight. This is basically the back of the cracked piece. I don't know if you can just make out, the crack is about here, and what I did is I cut a patch of this glass fibre matting, put it over the crack, and then did this whole large piece and put that over everything again. So in effect it's sort of double braced, double repaired over the back of the crack. I'll just show you what that looks like from the top. So this is the top of it. You can see the crack is here, and it's very strong. Obviously this bit flexes about because it's not got the stay on there, and also it's not got the screen on there, but this is the broken piece from the top, and you can just see the crack there. I did put a little bit of resin over the top surface, and what I'll do is obviously rub this down, put some filler into the crack, make sure that that crack's not going to appear in the paint line once it's finished and been resprayed over. But this is now rigid. You can hear that. That's the matting on the back with the resin. Basically what I use is some marine grade resin. Bought this several years ago, and this came with it. That was a company that I got it from, South Coast Fiberglass. It's on, you'll find it online here in England. And yeah, I've had this now for quite a few years, about 2 or 3 years. I've repaired a CBR 400, did several repairs to fairings and made various things, and yeah, it's still good. People say it goes off. This stays in the can, doesn't go off. Put a bit of catalyst with it and it goes off overnight. The matting that I used is this stuff here. Really good. This is the first stuff I ever bought, which naively I bought to manufacture the rear part of the BMW K100 RS rear seat unit. So if you look at that, you'll see how that sort of came along. But this is a really nice woven, very strong fiberglass, not your normal sort of thin into sort of woven strands. This is a proper woven, almost like a fabric, and it works really well for repairs because it's very strong. The only downside is obviously when you cut it to shape, you do get these little bits that stick out, and then you've got to sort of cut them back or sort of sand them off after and try and avoid those little bits. But yeah, works brilliantly. So that's now cured overnight. So what I'll do is just come back to this now and lightly sand with my hand to the back of it, so not to put any pressure on anything. Put a little bit more filler into this bit here, and then once I've done that, it's good really then for preparation for base coat and then top coat and black. So I'll probably have that done at the weekend because the evenings are a bit too cold at the moment, so I'll probably wait till the weekend when it's a bit warmer to spray it, because I need it to be sort of over 10 degrees ideally at least. And that's where we are at the moment. So that worked a treat overnight. Lovely.